Hello, this is Gio, and welcome back to our three-part toilet project, which, in fact, we are replacing the toilet bowl gasket, which is this kind of waxy seal right here. This is the new one, and we've already taken off the old one. We've taken off the toilet bowl. The flush bowl is actually in the hall right now, and here's the lid to that flush bowl. And so we've kind of cleaned up. There's a little bit staining on the floor, which we can't help. But we're going to start by just putting the new seal on and then reinstalling the toilet bowl. Okay, so here we are looking at the bottom of the toilet bowl. And we take our new seal, and it's kind of encased in these little flimsy little plastic. And that's intended so you can kind of break them off and peel this off. They do not stay on, and it just protects the wax. And so you want to carefully remove all these without damaging the wax. Just like that. So we discard this. Next, now this is the portion, not the plastic part, but this is the portion that will go to your bowl. And so you just want to try to seal it as center it as best you can. It should just fit nicely. And then you just want to push down, and with your fingers kind of press this waxy substance against your bowl. Now you're doing this just kind of not too hard, and it's okay if it deforms a little bit. You want to make sure it sticks, because when you move the bowl over, this will be just stuck there. This will want to fall off with gravity. So you want this sealed enough, stuck enough to the bottom of the bowl that it won't fall off. See, I just wiggled it a little bit there and it kind of started coming off. So this is good. Okay. Okay, so we installed the seal, and now it's ready to lower the toilet on top of the flange. Now what we want to do is make sure that this plastic part right here fits in perfectly. Don't forget to remove the paper before you do this. Fits perfectly right here. Also, what you're after is these little holes where the bolts go, where the flange bolts go, or the tie-down bolts. We want to make sure that both these pop in to these holes kind of centered. But the main thing is we center the seal, this plastic seal ring, over the flange perfectly. Now, the first video I did say that I was going to try to do this alone and show you how to do this, removing the toilet. But this is kind of very important that we get this seal fitted perfectly over the flange, and it's very hard to do this when you're lowering it down. So we have a guest star today, and it's Mrs. Gio. Hi, Mrs. Gio. She's never in my videos, but today she is, and she is going to be guiding me as I lower this bowl down. Okay, so carefully, I'm going to lift this up. I want to be very careful with the bottom of this toilet. I don't want to put it down until it's time. So I'm going to kind of tip it in place. There's a little water.
Take out this.
But, oh yes, please do.
Are you ready?
Go ahead. Okay, now some sewer gas is coming in.
Alright, hurry up.
But I'm going to center the holes. I'm going to look for those little bolts.
Back up a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, there.
No, it's just that way, just a teeny bit. No, not too much.
How's that?
I don't know.
Is that good?
Go down slowly. I think you need to back it up just this tiny. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I can't see how,
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
In there. Okay, let it just sit there. Don't push down. You still have a little bit of ability to adjust. It's about similar to where it was. You want to try to get it. It's a little off.
The seal wasn't good before, so maybe
it's a little off perpendicular. And I think we're there. Okay, so we have it pretty much where we want to. Now it's just a matter of applying pressure so the the new seal, the wax seal, will settle down. Now you do want to use a level for this portion because you're going to be applying pressure, but you want it to be level on either side. So, and I kind of just apply pressure with my own weight. Just kind of do it slowly. And then kind of rock it a little bit back and forth. You don't want to do too much agitation because the more you work it, the more likely it will risk not working. So we have to kind of plant it in. And now I'm just going to... You just want to apply pressure the best you can and get it seated. Now it's not all the way down to the floor yet. What we want to do is install the tie down nuts now. Some wax is coming up. So we're going to put the tie down nuts down. Oops, sorry, wrong ones. There's that. So it will seal. And you're going to be watching this level, making sure that that the toilet stays level. Okay, so I tighten it down as much as I dare to. It's pretty level, but there's still a bit of a gap here. I have a shim here. I could kind of show you that there is a bit of a gap. So I'm going to use these shims to just level both sides and just tap them in, watching the level as well. Okay, so I tap these shims in. I'm going to trim them off later and then I'll seal all the way around the toilet. But this way it's secured here, so it's not going to go up. And it's the portion that's kind of hanging on that, it won't wiggle when somebody's sitting on it. So I have shims on both sides. And next I start reinstalling the flush tank. Okay, here's the flush tank back on. Again, we have the seal. I've inspected it. It looks pretty good. I think it'll seal up fine. These little tie downs are pretty good, and we have these little nuts that will tighten on the other side here. These bolts go through these holes, and this will be a little bit of a more simpler application. You just lift, and you just try to look underneath while lowering. And make sure that that seal fits in and the bolts are properly in. I have my level once again, since that one beefy seal will probably, since it's still in pretty good shape, it won't be pushed down all the way. And essentially this bowl rests on a front little lip on the lower bowl and a back lip, and sometimes they don't both touch because the seal's kind of large, and so as you tighten this down you want to make sure that it's level. And I just want to show you a little closer what's happening. So we're tying that down. This bolt kind of gets screwed down, and here's that little lip on one side, the other side is right here, and this is actually in the air a little bit, and you can see the seal kind of it's kind of getting compressed. As you tighten it, it gets compressed, and sometimes these back little lips don't touch the bowl, and you kind of have to shim them so they don't really rock, but you do want to try to get this as level as possible. So as you can see, the bubble's a little on the right, so we need to tighten down a little bit more on this to make that level. Okay, and it's not exactly perfect, but that's about as much as I dare. remember, the more you torque on that bolt, now this is just like a porcelain bowl, and as you tighten this, you can crack the porcelain. So don't tighten it too much. Just try to get it as possibly level, but don't torque it too much or it'll break. So just a little warning. So you might not get it perfectly level, but try your best. And let's put the lid back on. Actually, before we put the lid back on, I want to reestablish the water line. So we'll go ahead and twist this back on. And again, this version is twistable. You could just tighten it with your hands. If you have the type that needs the wrench, go ahead and use a crescent wrench or pliers, and you don't need to tighten it too much. Just kind of hand taut's good. And we'll go ahead and turn it on and see what happens. So it is going. The most important thing is leaks. So as it fills, you kind of want to watch for leaks and make sure everything is properly sealed. If it does leak, then you have to kind of take the bowl off and try to start from scratch. So we'll go ahead and wait for this to fill up and test her out. And it's finished filling up. And so what I just did was I just went around and inspected everything. I kind of felt this water line. I didn't feel any moisture. Felt these little bolts up here underneath and back where the seal is. Made sure that there's no water that I could feel, no drips, and it feels pretty solid, pretty sealed. And so we'll just go ahead and flush this. Indeed, it works. And I'm going to be flushing this several times and making sure that no water seeps from below the toilet. So making sure that seal works. And provided that nothing comes out, I'll go ahead and caulk around the toilet after trimming those shims. So that's how you change a toilet bowl seal or toilet bowl gasket. Let's put back the bowl top. There we go. And it's actually, I still have to probably shim the back, but I'll go ahead and do that. And I hope this helped you out. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.